Basically, the rule of thumb for picking a water softener is how many grains you have as far as, or grains per gallon you have in your water supply of hardness, how many people you have in the house, and how many bathrooms you can use at any given time. Basically, this is our 1.5 cubic foot, 48,000 grain Fleck 5600 digitally controlled water softening system. This is our 80,000 grain, 2.5 cubic foot, 13 by 54 water softening system. People ask, why does everybody buy the 48,000 grain system? Well, it actually the perfect one size fits all for most families across the United States. The average water hardness being 10 to 20 grains per gallon. It's very efficient. It monitors water usage, and based on water used in your house, it only regenerates when absolutely necessary. Like in my house, I have that size unit, it only backwashes once a week to once every 2 weeks, and I only go through 1 bag of salt every 30 to 45 days. Now, a customer asked me, he said, I'm a family of 2 and I'm looking at the 32,000 grain, or should I get something bigger? Well, in the water treatment business, bigger is better. So if you get a 32,000 grain and for any reason your water usage increases, it's going to backwash more often and use more salt because of its limited capacity. With a 48,000 grain or a 64,000 grain, you have a huge amount of capacity, so you can use 3, 4, 5,000 gallons of water before it regenerates again, so you use less salt and there's less water discharge. If you have 5 people and 3 bathrooms, I would definitely recommend the 64,000 grain unit to give you plenty of capacity. It's a larger tank, so if you're running multiple showers, you don't have that big pressure drop. People ask, how does the hardness level or the grains per gallon change which size tank I'm going to install in my house? Well, if you have 10 grains of hardness and there's only 2 people in the house, the 48,000 grain water softener is more than enough. If you have 25 grains of hardness and 4 or 5 people in your house, you definitely want to go with the 64,000 grain or even the 80,000 grain unit for more capacity, less salt usage, and less water discharge. If you have iron in your well water, for example, if you have 1 part per million of iron, that's equal to 5 grains of hardness per gallon of water. So you have to size it contaminants in the water as well. So if I had 10 grains of hardness naturally coming out of the well and 2 parts per million of iron, that's 30 parts per million of hardness that I have to account for. So I have to go at least with a 45 or 64,000 grain unit. People ask, if I have iron in my well water, does that change the sizing of the softener? And yes, it does. For example, if you have 10 grains of hard water naturally coming out of the well and you have 1 part per million of iron, that's equal to 5 grains of hardness per gallon of water. So that's 15 grains of hardness that you have to account for when sizing the softener. So basically, I would recommend 48,000 grain Fleck 5600 unit in that case. You could even go bigger to the 64,000 grain and get more capacity, less salt usage, and less water discharge. People ask, does my plumbing size or flow rate have an issue with, or have anything to do with what size I can use? Well, basically, softeners are different. They don't require as many gallons per minute to backwash as, say, an iron filter or a backwashing acid neutralizer. So basically, you can size with up to an 80,000 grain with 5 gallons per minute of flow rate coming out of your well. Now, we do make or sell a twin tank softener that's controlled by 1 valve. 1 valve is hooked up to both tanks, but it doesn't go through them in series like people think. What happens is when one tank is being backwashed at 2 a.m., it switches over to filter through the other tank. So if you get up in the middle of the night and you have like horribly hard water and you don't want any bleed through, and you go to flush the toilet, or people get up for work early and take a shower, that second tank is going to have you covered while the other tank is being backwashed. People ask, is there a downside to just buying the biggest water softener to be safe? Basically, you don't really need the biggest water softener. You just need the right water softener. And the 48 and 64,000 grain pretty much give any household in the United States plenty of capacity. Now, if you have an irrigation system or a swimming pool or a hot tub that you use all the time and you run it year-round if you're in a warmer climate, then you want to go with a bigger unit, just like any of our other filters, acid neutralizer, water softener. If you have other water usage, like outside water usage, a pool, hot tub, irrigation system, you want to go a little bigger than what was specified. After 32 years of installing water softeners, the one that ends up in houses the most and the one we ship the most is the 48,000 grain Fleck 5600 SXT digitally controlled unit. If you want to contact me directly, you can text me at 443-277-2204, Monday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., or use our online chat at www.midatlanticwater.net, or give us a call at 800-460-5810.